ready for phase 1?
What's going on, guys? It's Excessive Team Stealth Rocks coming at you. National Pokemon Battle League Week 1 Team Prep video, Team Builder video. We're playing Ivan in the Chicago Chatots Week 1. Really quickly, guys, unsure of the format I'm going to continue to do with Team Builders. Need your guys' feedback, some thoughts on if you'd rather have just one video, battle and prep together, no prep, just kind of general thoughts on what you guys enjoy. Unsure if I'm continue to do the more traditional team builder video followed by a battle video. Yeah, we're gonna see how this goes, see how I feel about it, see how time commitments are, you know, with work and other videos I want to be producing. Unsure if I'll do team builders every week, but we'll see going forward. Let's try to keep this shorter than my average videos. Are getting pretty long, so let's try to keep this one a little bit shorter so we'll go quickly as possible for me. But you guys know me, I like to talk a lot when it comes to Mons. Really quickly, Ivan's team, Chicago Chatots, the Boom Burst Spam Core. How do we feel about this matchup? How do we feel about this team? Speed tops out at 125 with Weavile, but average speed tiers are better than mine. I see if you average his team speed together, much better than mine. I have a faster overall base speed, but I really think he'll have some sort of, you know, 100, you know, base 100 up Scarfer that will kind of make that null and void. So predicted 6 for Ivan: Weavile, Salazzle, Kartana, Chatot. The last two I'm unsure about. Exploud and Primarina would be my first kind of guess, my first gut reaction, but I could see other Mons coming as well. How do I lose this game? How do I see this game going? How do I see myself losing this game? Weavile's an issue. Weavile's always an issue. Dark Stab with offensive Ice Stab. It's a really, really lethal combination of stabs. You know, stab moves. I don't have a ton that really wants to take the combination of the two, and I'm hoping because of that we have some play against Weavile. If he's, you know, some sort of choice lock variety, I can play around a little bit more. If he's non-choice Scarf, as you guys can see, Celgor's coming to help deal with that this week. Kartana also could be an issue. Speed boosting Kartana gives me a lot of issues, I think. Any Kartana set really, Swords Dancing with the speed boost nature. If he's clever with how he preps and plays with Kartana, I could see Kartana kind of running through me because what I'm bringing today. His offensive steel typing, usually not the best typings, but they have some play versus me because of my terrible ice defensive core. But we'll see. So yeah, eating a lot of attacks from Weavile, eating a lot of attacks from Kartana, and not forcing them out, not revenge killing them could get me in trouble. And I'll give Ivan credit. I know this is a meme team. I know it's, you know, Lord Chatot the Merciful, and he doesn't show his true power and lets his disciples do most of the heavy lifting. Exploud, the Prophet of Chatot, puts in a lot of damage. It's a very good wall breaker. It does a lot of damage to almost everything I have on my roster. If it's choice locked, again, I have some play to it, I have some resistances to it, but he should bring Exploud. Exploud could be a big issue for me this game. So alright, enough about Chicago and Ivan's team here. Let's kind of get into what I decided to bring here. Leading off, we have Mega Abomasnow, Week 1. We're bringing Mega Abomasnow. I'm pretty excited. Some cool things to highlight here. We're Adamant Nature, max attack. Ice Shard does a good amount of damage to his team. Obviously, he's got some, you know, quad weak Mons and Landorus and Weavile. But even things, you know, Chatot is another example. But even Pokemon that take it neutrally, Mr. Meme, Exploud, things along those nature, maybe even Weavile to a certain extent, don't really want to take an Ice Shard after a certain extent. A certain point, I should say. But yeah, that's kind of, I see this thing as being Ice Shard bot a lot of the season, depending on matchups. If you have quad weak Mons to Ice Shard, it's just something you either have to run an Achi Berry or you have to play around it. There's not really much else to say about it. Blizzard over Hidden Power Fire for Kartana. The calc's pretty much the same. Just, you know, the stab, much higher stab, base attack, you know, base stat, special attack stat made Blizzard pretty much do a minimal. The damage variety between the two was to the point where I'd rather just run Blizzard to hit other things neutrally from a special side than HP Fire. Even the steel types, it was pretty much the same. So yeah, that's pretty much Abomasnow. I see him coming in relatively early, hopefully catching Ivan off guard with Soundproof, getting a free switch into a Choice Lock Chatot or Choice Lock Exploud, throwing off a Blizzard or an Earthquake depending on, you know, what I'm feeling, and then Mega Evolving to set the Hail from there on. Yeah, not much else to really say about Mega Abomasnow. I am purposely a negative minus special attacking nature just because I'm only running Blizzard, and again, the Pokemon that I'm clicking Blizzard against for the vast majority of it, they're so weak on the specially defensive side, like Cortana. It doesn't matter if I'm negative special attacking. I'd rather maybe outspeed you know, break that speed tie with Mega Steelix. Yeah, Mega Steelix, I guess, last thing we'll mention before we move on to Lumineer. I don't do much to Mega Steelix with Earthquake. He does a lot more back, but I just need to chip that thing down to get it in range of this next Pokemon, Lumineer. Kind of bringing a pseudo wall-breaking Chandelure, only outspeeding his Exploud and below. Everything else is going to outspeed me. I actually pack a useful set of resistances for some of the faster threats. Obviously, Weavile and Cortana with knockoff absolutely wreck me. But stuff like Jirachi with and Landorus too. I will say Landorus also wrecks me. But stuff like Chatot, Jirachi, Salazzle, Noivern don't really OHKO me and take a crap ton back from Shadow Ball or the Fire Stab. The only thing Ivan really has to switch into this is Primarina. And Primarina does get 2-hit KO by, you know, Z Fire Blast into Energy Ball, depending on investment. He'd have to be some sort of AV variety to really live that combination of moves. Otherwise, kind of the pro is mid-game, come in safely or after a death and just throw off a Z Fire move. Ivan's team is not, it's borderline hyper offense, I would almost say. He does have some utility wish passing type stuff with Jirachi, maybe Mr. Meme. I actually don't know if Mr. Meme gets wish. I should probably look into that. I'll look into that after the video. But yeah, so I could see myself kind of coming in, throwing off a hard-hitting move. If the game's kind of coming to a conclusion and Steelix is still around, I might need to save Lumineer just to OHKO Steelix, because I only have really one other Pokemon that deals with it well. But yeah, that's the plan here. Lumineer come in, throw off a hard-hitting attack. Next move here, Meta, the new Metagross, my offensive steel type. First time I remember running an offensive steel type. And let's bring it Choice Scarfed. Outside of Salazzle, I guess, well, depending on what I get Choice locked into, Meteor Mash works a lot of his faster threats. Weavile gets OHKO'd. A lot of other things get 2-hit KO'd. So yeah, we're running Steel Meteor Mash here. The idea is maybe to try to set up for a Scarf Sweep with new meta. If I can get that attack boost off Meteor Mash, that'll pretty much seal the deal. If I've done my job and chipped and dented what I needed to dent with Lumineer and Hail. In terms of the other moves, the other selected moves, Brick Break is maybe for a tricky screen set with Mr. Meme or Jirachi. I think Jirachi gets screens. Earthquake for the steel types, but it doesn't do a ton to them. But again, I'd rather have Earthquake for Salazzle. If Salazzle's around, he's switching in Salazzle. I want the option to click Earthquake to OHKO it. Best move in the game, Stealth Rocks. Not super high priority this week for Ivan. I would like to get them up because you should always want to get Stealth Rocks up. Best move of the game. But yeah, I'm not sure if the battle's paced the way I think it's going to be paced, pretty quick. I'm unsure when I can go for that. My best guess would be some sort of, you know, choice locked ice move from Weavile. I could probably come in and get rocks up on the switch and then get out. Yeah, not much else to say besides, I guess, the speed tiering with the Scarf. I outrun his entire team outside of Choice Scarfers again. So it'll give me a good barometer on who's Scarfed and who's not. and then with damage calcs as well. Next, then I came up with Walren, aka the Wall, coming at you. Walren, Obama Snow, week 1, it's happening. Running Ice Body with the Hail. Thick Fat really didn't change any sets or damage calcs I was really concerned about with the AV. Walren, his special attacking core, AV max defense Walren, takes on relatively well outside of Exploud. Chatot, special attacking Jirachi, Landorus to a certain extent, Salazzle, Noivern. They don't do enough to Walren without getting threatened to be OHKO'd or 2-hit KO'd back by Walren. So yeah, kind of excited about it. The passive HP gain from Ice Body could be beneficial. I think early on in the game, we're going to try to get Obama Snow in on a free swap, set the Hail, then start getting Walren in, throw off some attacks with Walren while getting the passive HP heal, just kind of be annoying. And I think that's kind of, with opportunities present itself, other stuff will happen, but the base game plan is going to be kind of cycling Obama Snow and Walren just to kind of wear his team down. Again, Ivan's pretty hyper offensive, so he doesn't want to stick around a lot. Really briefly, move pool, Blizzard in the Hail hurts a lot of his non-steel types, and Salazzle, Surf for Salazzle, pretty much Landorus, well that's pretty much it. The only thing Surf for is Salazzle. Super Vein for the steel types, can't really do much to the steel types with Walren, and if he's switching steel types in, I'm probably going to throw off a Super Vein to chunk them down. And then Hidden Power Fighting. Hidden Power Fighting is worth a mention that if he offers up Weavile to Walren, if Walren's at a high HP still, and I feel like I can live an attack depending on Weavile's set, I think I'm going to take that trade. I'm going to HP fighting him, get him down to, like, off the top of my head, I think it was doing around 70 to 80%. So that's a good chunk. I think with rocks there was a chance to OHKO it. So if Walren gets the opportunity to trade with Weavile, loses AV, I probably will take that just because with Weavile gone, it makes Metagross a much bigger threat, especially if it's Scarfed Weavile. Yeah, excited to bring Walren week 1. Not much really else to say outside the set. Again, no need for Hitting Power Fire because of Cortana's paper thin special defense. Blizzard pretty much did the same damage. At least, it was very, very close to a 1-hit KO, depending on investment. And if he's some sort of AV Cortana or specially defensive Cortana, that actually works in my favor for my last set with Hydreigon, which we'll go over here in a few minutes. Second to last Pokemon here, Weeby, Weeb, the Weeby Pokemon. We're going to change his name probably. Excelgor. Outspeeds his entire team with this speed tier. He clocks out faster than Weavile with this investment. This Pokemon's got 2 pseudo roles. Scouting for Scarfs, and then kind of revenge killing, not checking, but revenge killing Weavile or Cortana. But this is where this game can go wrong for me. A speed boosting Cortana would be an issue because then he's obviously faster than me. And then Weavile. Kind of a cool investment here with HP. I should be able to live a Adamant, Choice Scarf, Icicle Crash from Weavile has a 0% chance to KO Weeby. Knockoff's a roll, I believe, with this investment. So we might play with these EVs post team builder video to see if we can make that a roll pretty more in my favor. With the special attack investment, we 2-hit KO, we 1-hit KO Weavile with Bug Buzz and Expert Belt. Cortana doesn't take it very well with because of its base special defense, doesn't take Bug Buzz very well. It might be a 2-hit KO at that point. Water Shuriken gives us a little bit of priority to deal with the Scarfers or the Speed Boost Cortana if things are getting out of hand. I'm actually going to double check that Water Shuriken is priority. It is priority. Okay. Yeah, in case that's getting out of hand, so it gives us a little bit of play with that. It also does a lot to Salazzle in case Salazzle's a Scarfer. I think 3 hits of Water Shuriken did around 50 to 60%. So gives us a little bit of play. Knock off for a little bit of utility. If I get the opportunity to knock off a Jirachi or maybe like a Chatot and Exploud, I might take that, especially if it's Exploud. Trying to get rid of a Specs off Exploud actually makes it much more manageable. And then Spikes. unsure if I'm going to be breeding spikes. Spikes implies that he's either switching out on me and I'm getting them up for free, or that I'm sacking off Excelgor. And I don't know if that's how this battle is going to go. I don't see myself wanting to sack off Excelgor just to get spikes up. So we're going to take a look at this. At the time of the team builder, I haven't really, I'll need to kind of look through my move pool again, kind of familiarize myself with it, and see if there's anything else worth bringing. Because if I take almost any HP damage, puts me in range of an ice shard if I take something like 30-40%. And because of my paper thin defenses, looking at Excelgor does 30-40% of it most of the time. So yeah, if we can keep hazards off the field, Excelgor could put in some work if we get rid of his Scarfers, or if he doesn't have Scarfers. Excelgor is a bigger threat, except not to Lord Chatot. Lord Chatot OHKOs me, so keep that in mind. What are we doing for time? 15 minutes. Let's try to make this less than 20-minute video. Lastly here, Hydreigon, Choppleberry, Defensive Hydreigon, versatile Pokemon. We're coming with EVs, 4 different EVs invested in here, a defensive set, defog because the best move of the game, wrecks my team because I have 4 weaknesses. Abomasnow, Lumineer, Walrein. Maybe I have 4 weaknesses to rocks. But anyways, yeah, we're really weak to rocks, so it's really, really bad. So we need defog. We need rocks off the field more than I want rocks on the field. So I feel like defog's the right bring this week over rapid spin. Yeah, pseudo defensive check to his physical threats. I needed something to kind of, because Walrein gets us absolutely slaughtered by physical Jirachi, Steelix, physical Landorus, things like that. Just absolutely plowed through Walrein. So we needed something to be a pseudo physical defensive mod, and Hydra does that pretty well. With its typing, instead of resistances, it actually functions kind of well against stuff like Salazzle, unless it's carrying Dragon Pulse. Kartana, we'll talk about Kartana in a second here. Chatot, Steelix, I think this thing actually hardwalls Steelix unless it's some sort of curse set, but Flamethrower does a lot back to Steelix. So kind of a cool set. Dark Pulse hurts everything for neutral damage outside of Weavile, and Mr. Meme takes it neutral because of psychic typing. But yeah, for the most part, Dark Pulse does neutral damage to his team, but still gives me kind of a reliable attack to throw off. Special attack investment is worth mentioning because it's for a Choppleberry. If Jirachi's running Choppleberry, this amount of investment, again, depending on his investment, I keep saying investment a lot, should guarantee a 2-hit KO with or without a berry for him. Yeah, kind of a good spread, a defensive spread. Gives me something to kind of, I think Abomasnow, Walrein, and Hydra are going to be kind of my things that are going to be swapping in and out a lot in the early to mid game. With opportunities, I'll get some of the offensive Pokemon in to throw off attacks. The last thing we'll mention is Kartana. In my mind, we developed this set as a pseudo Kartana trap set, with the exception of Z fighting Kartana still has I think almost a guaranteed chance to OHKO me with Z fighting, so we have to be on the lookout for that. So if I'm in on Kartana, like I gotta decide right then and there, is this Z move Kartana, or because if it's a Z move Kartana and speed boosting, we might just lose that in there. So that could be sad, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so I think that's the last thing I want to mention about this set. Anything else? Oh, I did mention early on, if he's AV Kartana or a more HP or special SPDEF invested Kartana, that's a good thing for Hydreigon, because that vastly improves our chances of living a Z move, or, we don't get OHKO'd by Sacred Sword, or I think it's Sacred Sword is the most powerful stab move it runs for fighting stab, but we don't get OHKO'd by that. We only get OHKO'd by the Z move, so yeah, that's kind of the idea here. We'll roost up on his Steelix or his Jirachi possibly, and then outside of special Jirachi, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, guys, we're coming up on 20 minutes. I was gonna try to make this 20 minutes or shorter, but I like to talk about Mons. I start to talk faster than this video because I just, the more information, the merrier. We're gonna wrap it up here. Let me know what you guys think. If you like team builders or team prep videos, if you rather have them combined with the video, if you wanted me to keep them shorter so they're a little bit easier to watch. Maybe if you're driving your car, you can listen for 20 minutes. But yeah, that's it. That's gonna be it for excessive here. I'm gonna sign out here. Playing Ivan later this week. Looking forward to it. Getting my feet wet with this team. This is TSR excessive. Signing out. It's the best move of the game.